Hey guys, and welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade. My name's Hayley, for anyone who doesn't know. This is a beef and tomato casserole with orzo. Right, straight up front, this is the first time I made this recipe. I wasn't keen. It's got too much of a tomato taste for me. I'm not a fan of tomatoes, but Steve absolutely loved it, so yeah, it's one of them really. Right in your face. 450 grams of diced lean beef. And you just want to cook these till they're no longer pink. I do go in with the scissors on a couple of them because they're a bit big. And it took me half my time of cooking this to find the 2 bay leaves that I put in it. So that's 1 small brown onion, or white onion, whichever one you want to call it. And there's Caitlin stirring it for me. Bless her. Can't remember what I'd gone to find, are you? I was in the kitchen somewhere. So 2 bay leaves. And that's a teaspoon of garlic. Then we've got a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. This is sweet paprika. And it is 1/2 teaspoon. If you want more of a kick, just add a bit more of the paprika. So 1 can of chopped tomatoes. Not too much goes into this really. I think what we're going to do is do a haul later in the week. Don't need it right now, so I'm not going to do one just for the sake of putting it out on a Wednesday. So that's 2 tablespoons. It should be. Well, there was 2 tablespoons of garlic puree, tomato puree, some salt and pepper. Like I say, there's not a lot in this really. £500ml of beef stock. Sorry for any banging that you can hear. That is my daughter banging on the bedroom wall, which is right behind the monitor and the computer. It's just gone 9 o'clock at night, and she thinks it's a good idea to bang on walls. Little does she know that she'll be going to bed. So what I'm going to do with this is turn it right down to simmer. At this point here, you can add 40ml of red wine. Should you drink red wine and cook with red wine? I do not. So I just came back just to stir it. Make sure it won't catching. And you want to cook it until your beef is tender. And mine was not. So back on with the lid. Mine took about an hour and 30 minutes. There's one bay leaf. I spent ages trying to locate the other. You see it thickens up here. That's not going to be enough liquid on its own for the orzo. So I have 250 ml of boiling water going in. Orzo is a pasta, so it is going to absorb that liquid just like rice does. Some nice chunks of meat. I'm not showing you the meat there, I'm looking for the other bay leaf. I do find it before I dish up. Steve doesn't choke on it again. Orzo. I used 200 grams and it was enough for 2 people. So I would say about 100 grams per person. Like I say, I didn't dislike this, but I would not choose to have it again unless it was, I don't know, maybe I would prefer it with ground beef, personally, and less of a tomato taste. That's just my personal opinion, but Steve loves anything tomato based. So it's had 20 minutes and the orzo wasn't quite cooked. It did catch on the bottom for a sec, soon got that up. So at this point here it wasn't cooked, so I added 50 ml of water, stirred it, put some parsley on top, turned the heat off and left the lid on, and that finished it. You can see there's no burnt bits in there. That's what's good about these pans, even if it does catch, it doesn't burn. So this was served with a French baguette with butter. And personally, maybe next time I would use ground beef and maybe some cream cheese in there to soften the tomato flavour for myself. You would probably like it if you're not awkward like me, like this. So yeah, it's a good one. Give it a go, something different. First time we've had orzo, to be perfectly honest. It's been in the cupboard for ages, but I've never used it. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Mention down in the comments if you're going to give it a go. And we'll see you on Friday. Bye.